Yay. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of No Manches. I'm Cece.
And I'm Sassy. Y muchas gracias por sintonizar.
And today we have a special guest with us. Mi amiga.
Melanie Aguirre, mucho gusto.
Welcome, Melanie. And as always, we have my sister Lupe in the booth. Manny the booth. Lupe, say hi.
Hola.
Hola.
Why'd you say it like that?
Sorry, let me be a little more. Hi.
Hi.
Love that. Yes.
All right, Sassy, start us off. What are we talking about today?
All right, so today we have a special guest. She already said it. Melanie Aguirre. Melanie, we were talking about you in the last episode.
Where are we? I don't remember.
Yeah, we were. We were guessing where she was from because I said she's venezolana.
Pero es... ¿De dónde eres, amiga? Dinos.
Soy de Guatemala. Chapina.
Ay, es
Chapina,
guatemalteca.
Sí.
How do you say it?
Guatemalteca.
Guatemalteca.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. So that's kind of what we're starting off with today, because Sassy and I somos mexicanas.
Mexicans.
What part of Mexico are you from, Sassy?
Morelos y Guerrero.
Ándale. Yo soy de San Luis Potosí, de la frontera de San Luis Potosí, Zacatecas. So me corren las dos. Okay. I feel both of them in my blood. But Melanie's, she's Guatemalan.
Sí.
Yes, I'm guessing that's different. It has to be different, right?
It definitely is, I think. My mom is from a little town in Guatemala. Se llama Jutiapa. Pero yo nací en la ciudad. Aunque no recuerdo mucho de la ciudad.
Oh, así que naciste en Guatemala.
Sí, yo nací en Guatemala.
Oh, wow.
Guatemala City.
Wait, are you comfortable telling us how you came to be over here?
Yeah. So my mom left me in Guatemala when I was like 8 months old y me dejó con su madrina, y mi madrina me cuidó como hasta como 2 años y medio. Y pues en ese entonces mi mamá trabajaba aquí en un restaurante mexicano, y conocí a una señora que le contaba pues toda su historia, ¿no? Y casi muy seguido le lloraba que había dejado a su hija en Guatemala. Y tenía pues sueños de traerme para acá pues para darme un mejor futuro, y la señora se ofreció, le dijo, si quieres yo voy por tu hija.
Oh, there you go.
Y
yeah.
pues
Let's not say how legally. This is all a joke.
For legal purposes.
This is all a joke.
That is where the story ends.
That is not true. It's not true. It's
Lo
not
que
even,
importa es que aquí estoy hoy.
Yeah, aquí está con nosotros today. And I know Melanie because I met you this year. It feels like I've known you guys a long time ago, or like I've known you guys for a really long time, but I haven't known you for that long. That's crazy.
Who?
Both of you.
O sea,
When did we meet? Did we meet this semester también?
Yeah.
No, not this semester.
No, last semester.
Last semester.
Yeah.
We've known each other a little while, but it feels like we've known each other forever, and I hope that we're going to be friends for life.
No, porque, what we're doing, the reason why we get to do this podcast is because of Met Media, which is our school's it's like our entertainment or like media like center and stuff like that. And so I think today, ¿qué es hora?
Viernes.
Pero es 3, no, el 8, a justo un año que entré aquí for the first time. Isn't that crazy?
And Cece yo creo sabe más que yo.
Y en un año I went from like reporter to entertainment producer to executive producer and
to soon manager.
To manager.
Woo! Let's give her a hand.
Yes.
Thank you.
She's going to be your manager.
And then Miss Melanie over here is executive producer, and over here Sassy is entertainment producer.
Entretenimiento. En el chisme, yo siempre me quedo en el chisme.
Let's get to the chisme, actually, now that we're talking about it. Melanie.
El mero mole.
El mero mole. Exactly. But actually, do you have like sayings that you say like que son guatemaltecos that like we say?
Because I honestly have never heard el mero mole. Is that a huacal?
You haven't heard that?
No.
I feel like that's more of a Mexican
Yeah,
thing.
¿El mero mole?
Yeah.
Les voy a ser sincera, creo que sí hablo un poquito más como mexicana because my dad's Mexican, so I feel like I speak a lot more, like, aprendí más de él que de mi mamá. Pero sí cuando estoy con la familia de mi mamá, pues sí hablo más como guatemalteca.
But like, is there like I feel so ignorant. Is there like an accent? Do you guys have an? Can
we hear it?
I'm really bad, and it's gonna sound
well,
like
it's
that.
like,
It's like a stereotype.
Well, no, yeah, go for it. What do you mean?
They'll be like, "Vaya vos, ¿cómo estás?" You know, like little things like that.
Lupe, if you guys could see my sister's reaction.
Fíjate que el otro día fuimos a la tienda y compramos No sé, like,
I can
that's
hear
how it
there's like
sounds
a...
really. Sí, como que más cantadito. Más de la capital
No, I
también.
think that's how some Mexicans también speak.
I thought that's how Chilenos speak.
If you're from, I've heard like from South Mexico, like I heard people from Guerrero speak very similar to people from Guatemala. They have like a
They
few
do.
accents that are similar.
Yeah.
Pero sí, and they say like vos, ¿cómo estás vos? Fíjate
Vos.
que
Vos?
Vos is you, ¿verdad?
sí.
It's like European, or it's not European. Is it European Spanish? Vos?
Like from Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so in Guerrero,
I
you
didn't
guys
know
talk
that.
like in Guerrero, bitch. What the fuck? In Guatemala, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys
In
speak
Guatemala,
like that?
we speak like that.
That's crazy.
And there's like little differences, you know, like little
Like what?
words.
Like what?
El
El
popote.
sorbeto.
No, el
Wait,
sorbete es como de Colombia, creo.
Oh, then how do you say?
Pero la pajilla o el popote.
it?
Pajilla, wait, what's a pajilla?
Pajilla sounds dirty.
What's pajilla?
Pajilla
Un
es
popote.
Oh, that's a popote?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna. It was gonna be like mejilla.
I thought a mejilla was like your mejilla.
What is the mejilla?
No, no, no.
Mejilla
Es
is-
tu quijada,
Oh,
¿no?
Oh,
tu quijada.
no. What's a mejilla?
Sí. No, es
Let's
el
look it up.
cachete, es el cachete. Sí,
Mejilla.
es el
Oh,
cachete.
mejilla es
Te beso
cachete.
la mejilla.
Ajá.
Ujú.
Mejilla,
Creo que
mejilla.
sí.
Vamos a buscarte. Oh, it's
Sí,
your
es
cheek.
cachete.
Es tu cachete.
Cachete.
Wow.
Cosas así. Y
Do you not
como
say cachete?
los perros decimos chuchos. Para decir chamarra me voy a poner la chumpa. Cosas
Una
así.
chumpa.
Sí.
How do you? Is there like? Do you guys have like different like a chaleco? What do you guys? Is it chaleco?
Chaleco.
Chaleco.
Sí.
Do you have like a generalized? It's like chumpa is everything.
Chumpa. No, chumpa es like una chamarra.
Una chamarra.
Sí.
Chaleco.
Are slang words different?
Like what?
Well, it's because do you remember
I
that
don't
one
know.
time where I was sitting here and I was talking to you and you were like, the way you said it is not how I would have said it. And you like laughed at me for saying it.
Es
the
que
way
no me
that-
acuerdo.
Pero
de qué
it
estábamos
was like,
hablando.
let's look it up.
Guatemalan slang. Yeah, look up Guatemalan slang and I'll tell you what they mean.
Okay,
I'll tell you
yeah,
what they
yeah,
mean.
that
That'll be the
is.
tea. Porque
Oh, hell no. Okay. It says top 20 Guatemalan words and slang
Yes.
expressions. Chapín.
pues
Oh,
Chapín es alguien que es de Guatemala.
Oh,
Yo
okay.
soy
Wait, you
chapina.
should say it and then we should guess and then Melanie should tell us.
Oh,
what
well,
it
Yeah,
I see
okay,
it,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
guess.
You guys
Okay,
guess.
okay, I'll
I
guess.
see it. Okay, ready? Okay, well,
Some of them are
some of
similar
them,
though.
some of
so
them, like,
just-
I see it on here, we speak too. So, aguas.
Agua.
Aguas.
No.
Aguas. Oh,
Like,
como
watch out?
be careful. Ajá.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
con cuidado, aguas.
Okay.
Sí,
It is the
eso
same
es
thing?
igual, es
Mhm.
igual.
Okay.
Oh, pisto.
Pisto. Pistear.
Is that your
Listo?
guess?
Yeah.
Wait, no, let me
¿Qué
guess. Hold on.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
No, Lupe is so bad with. I made Lupe read like.
Oh,
in
I should give you
general.
guys a hint though.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
give
go,
me
go,
a hint
go.
because I'm a little stupid.
Tengo
A little.
Tengo muy poquito pisto porque estoy estudiando.
Tiempo.
Energy.
a-
Energy.
That's actually those are really good guesses.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
But no.
What is it?
Pisto es dinero. Tengo poco pisto.
Poco pisto. Tengo pisto.
O dame
hasta
pisto
que
para ir a la tienda.
No tengo pisto hasta que me paguen.
Pisto.
Sí.
I thought it was like pistear or something. Okay,
Es
next.
pisto.
Clavo.
Screw. Clavo.
Este no sé ni yo.
Should I just read it then? Dice,
Yeah.
Tengo un gran clavo con mi familia. A problem.
I was going to say
Oh,
grudge.
está bien.
I was going to say
Okay.
grudge.
Yeah, look, yeah.
Ok.
Burra.
No.
Well, that's like
That's
that's the same thing in
Stupid?
Spanish.
yeah. It's
Pinche. Oh.
stupid.
That seems so mean. Pinche burra. Lupe.
Cece, you've been calling me that all the time.
I don't
Les voy a dar
ever-
una yo.
Ooh,
Para
she
que
just
vean.
exposed you,
Guess.
Cece.
¿Qué creen
What
que
is-
significa ichoca o ichoco?
Oh, like
Like
me cae
someone.
mal.
Yeah.
No.
Porque I like Spanish. Well, in my family, como si alguien te cae mal, like me choca.
No, pero es una palabra como... Ese es un ichoco.
Un pendejo.
Oh, it's like a thing.
Yeah.
Or a character.
Like you would call this a person this.
Wait,
like
he's
use
pendejo, I
it,
think.
use it in
Es
another
pendejo.
sentence.
Es pendejo.
Me están esperando los ichoquitos en la casa.
Los niños.
Sí,
Okay.
Oh.
Yo nomás les digo escuincles.
ándale. Sería
Es-
lo mismo en Guatemala, pues.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Okay. Boquitas.
Boquitas.
I think that's how
Alcohol.
you say it.
Boquitas.
Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
Do you want me to use it in a sentence?
A ver.
Yes, use it.
Podemos comer unas boquitas mientras vemos Netflix.
Popcorn? Ice cream.
generalized.
Snacks.
Sí.
Snacks.
Snacks.
Snacks. Oh my god, you guys use bochinche?
No, ese no sé qué es.
Oh, it says right here. It says
Wait, wait.
bochinche. I've heard that
Bochinche?
like on TikTok. when
Wait,
people-
say it again.
Bochinche.
Use it in a sentence.
Cuando salí de mi casa había un bochinche en la calle.
Un borracho.
Un desmadre.
Yeah,
Oh,
un riot.
yo tengo
Chaos.
uno, espérate.
A ver.
Ahorita que termines.
No, tú dale.
¿Qué significa bolo?
Bolo.
O cuando vas
candy
a
bag.
cuando vas a un niño Dios, te dan un bolo.
Candy bag.
Candy bag.
¿Y tú?
You don't say it like that. ¿A ti
Oh,
no te
ice
han dado
cream.
bolo?
Ice cream.
Bolo.
Ice cream.
No.
Like they're flirting, like volado.
No.
No.
Bolo.
You don't
Use it
get
in a
bolos when you
sentence.
go to like a niño Dios or something, or like
O
when you
una
go to a
fiesta,
party.
que te dan
¿Bolo?
Un bolo.
bolsita.
Like la bolsa de dulces.
Sí,
Yeah, we
un
call it
bolo.
a bolo.
Oh, I don't
O
call
a
it
veces
bolo.
cuando tienen como like you know when you're at like en México cuando vas a las iglesias y like tienen like un niño Dios o no un niño Dios van a bautizar un chiquillo y lo salen y avientan
Oh,
el dinero.
bolo. El bolo.
Avientan bolo.
Sí.
Oh.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I-
Nosotros le
That's not a
decimos
thing for you,
sorpresa.
Sassy?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it is. I've just never heard bolo.
What do you guys call it? Do they do that though?
Yeah, we do, but I don't know what they call it. I'll have to ask my mama.
Oh. What the hell? That's like so
Bolo?
common for us.
Nosotros
Oh.
a ese bolo le decimos sorpresa. Pero un bolo en Guatemala es un borracho.
Ay,
Como
sí.
hay muchos bolos en la calle que andan muchos.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm looking smart. I said that.
Yeah.
Oh,
She got
it's
it.
chilero. Chilera.
Chilero.
Chilera. Do you
Like
know this
una
one?
niña fresa.
Como un, like a cool person. I don't, sí, ¿no?
Yeah.
I
Como
think
anda
so.
bien
That
chilero.
says que
I think
chilera
se
tu
cree.
bolsa es
Sí, ajá, como
Ah.
que algo es chido. Es chido
awesome. Chido.
en México.
Que es una sanigua. ¿Así se dice?
Sanigua.
Sanigua.
Use it
What do
in
you
a
think?
sentence.
Sanigua, esa es nueva esa falta. Me gusta. What
No,
the
mira, de
fuck?
esas ya no
I
me-
can't
I've
even.
never heard of
I
that.
have never chute.
De esas no me sé ninguna.
That's a
la
shooter.
verdad, ya de
Caite.
esas.
Chute es no seas chute, mi vida es privada. Don't be nosy. Chute. Chismosa, like
Yeah.
chismosa. Pero chute.
Ah.
And you haven't heard that?
No, de esas ya no me
¿Chismosa?
sé ninguna. Es que
That's
también hay
crazy.
diferencias
like-
entre Guatemala.
Oh.
Como de diferentes
Oh, yeah.
partes.
Like I think that's
okay.
how it is for us too, porque like, well, what are like things that we say differently? Like,
Loki,
El
like
el
I think-
esquite
no,
es lo que yo he
oh yeah,
escuchado que dicen muy
mezquite. We
diferente.
just say elote.
We say esquite. Esquite es cuando está en un vasito ya cortado.
Yeah, no,
con
we
medio
say
y todo.
elote en vaso.
Elote en vaso.
I've
esquites.
never called it esquite in my life.
Y
And so when
como
people started
cosas
going on
como-
TikTok and you know how that thing went viral and they were like esquites,
Ajá.
and they were like that's an esquite, like the cowboy caviar
Ajá.
thing. I was like, no, that's just corn,
Elote en vaso.
just
That's-
corn,
what?
corn in a cup.
Sí.
Pero también what I noticed is that some people, like even where I'm from, so porque I live in Colorado here, aquí hay muchos chihuahuenses and
Yes,
like
yes.
muchos ¿de dónde? Like, do you know
De
that-
Zacatecas y
de-
de...
Guanajuato.
De Guanajuato. Aquí hay un chingo de
Guanajuato,
personas de
yes.
Guanajuato en Colorado. Y a veces le dicen como los cueros preparados, le dicen chilindrinas.
Yeah.
Y when
That is-
when I went to my rancho, like con mis
Ajá.
primos, I was like, ma, quiero una chilindrina. And I was with my
Yeah.
tía. And they were like, and she looked at me so bad. Like she was like, what the fuck is a chilindrina? And I was like, pues un cuero. Like I want a cuero with like all this stuff on it. And they're like,
But
that's just a
then-
cuero preparado. I was like, nah, it's a chilindrina. But they don't say that over there.
Hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Interesting. Yeah.
What were you saying, Lupa?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But like, no, güeros for them are like the little like los güeritos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's chicharrón for us, no? Like the big
I've
güero,
heard
that's
peop-
chicharrón.
I've heard people call it a chicharrón too.
I've
Because
always
one
just
time
said güero.
when I was in Mexico in December, my tía Ofelia, she had told us because we went to El Tianguis.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, me traen un güero. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how to ask for that. And then we asked this one guy, and he's all like, oh, yeah, it's like this. And it's like fish, or I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like now un güero preparado, you know?
Un cuero?
She said,
Are you
no,
saying
güero.
güero?
She
Yo
said
quiero-
güero.
espérate,
gringo?
espérate, espérate, yo quiero un
I
huevo
was like,
preparado.
¿quieres? Venden gringos en el tianguis, yo no sabía.
Melanie
Güey.
quiere un güero preparado con
Ella-
mucha
ella
A mí
sal.
regálame
tiene
uno.
un güero.
Con mucha
Un
salsa.
güerito, sorry.
Yo te agarro un güerito.
Anyways, point is that we brought her the wrong thing, and she wanted a chilindrina.
And you brought her a güero.
Y tú le
Blue
trajiste
eyes.
Con ojos azules y pelo
Güero
rubio.
o verdes.
un gabacho. ¿Cómo dicen
gabacho.
ustedes? ¿Un gabacho?
De-
Alguien que
en-
habla inglés, ¿no? ¿O no?
Un gabacho. I've heard it gabacho and I've heard it like un gringo.
Okay.
That's what it
I
is.
say gringo.
I say gringo too.
You like güeritos, Melanie?
I don't think that I have a type.
I think
I've never.
I think I do.
Oh, hell no.
I don't know.
Why do you say that,
never,
Lupe?
I've never dated a white guy.
No, I
You could just
She
tell,
says it
right?
like she knows you.
You think I have a type?
What?
You think I have a
Okay,
type?
Lupe,
No.
analyze. What's our types? Go down the line. Just
Or
like based
just
off
guess,
of
like-
what you know about us already.
You know, don't judge a book by its cover, but at
But
this
do
point,
it.
we're asking
Like,
you to, so
mira,
it's okay.
List like facial, like the way that they look, like what you think
Well-
our type is, and then what they're like their personality.
Yes.
Well, I don't really know what like Melanie's type is. I don't know.
Then why'd you say it?
Shut up. I'm not talking to you. Sassy, I feel like the type of guy you go for is like more like tall, masculine, like how do I explain it?
No nos gustan los hombres.
Fuck, how do I explain it? Let me think of a guy.
You're bad at this. Sassy, go.
She's good. I like her answer.
Like I feel like you just go for more like tough, like bad boy guys, you know? And then Cece, I feel like you're
Fuck, I do.
see, like, and then Cece, I think like I don't know what you go for because you
I
Mustache.
feel like this is about to be
Yeah.
offensive.
mustache, but I feel like you go for like I don't know if this is like low key fucked up or not, but like
Hey, remember this is going on the internet, and this is
say
gonna be
it,
on
say
there
it.
for the rest of my
This is
life.
all raw. This is all
gonna
raw.
follow
Say
me.
it.
No, because Adrian just told me that there was like people looking at us from like Seattle and like Telemundo, Fort Worth, to like work with them.
Excuse me, what?
And like everything that he posts about us, like people are looking at us. So like just be cautious.
About what I said about being in an open relationship. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was lying. No, but actually, what Melanie said about that, Loki made me think about it. Think about it a lot.
wait, what did she say?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
We
it's
were
good.
talking about it yesterday, and I think she was saying that she would be willing to be in an open relationship. And I
She
thought
did say
I was
that.
thinking about how maybe being in an open relationship would take a certain level of maturity that I don't know that I have. But then I was like, no, because maturity and everything aside, being in an open relationship is like it has to be very trustworthy, I guess. And so what Cece said is maybe I could do it if it wasn't that serious, if it was just about
Yeah.
intimacy or.
But if it's like someone that you're like,
But like this is like if this is someone that you want to have kids with and see yourself with for like a lifetime, I could not be in an open
like
relationship.
that's the thing is that I feel like there's people that date just to date, and there's people that date to marry, and I feel like you're the date to marry.
I definitely.
And I
am.
also I don't know. I feel like you could be either.
Me?
Yeah, I feel like you could date someone just because you're into them, even though you know like it
Yeah.
might not work out. Porque the thing
Yeah.
is that like either way, if you end up with someone like, and you're not gonna end up with him forever, you still like you still
want
learn.
to spend. Yeah, you,
Yeah, you
learn
still
from
learn.
it.
Yeah. And so it's like it's not like you like don't love them. Or
Yeah,
something
but
like
either
that.
way, it's good to go into a relationship with the mentality that you're gonna last with them forever.
I
Yeah.
agree.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Yeah, that's because then otherwise it feels mean to like
yeah,
be with
just
someone
to date someone
say
and
that,
knowing
yeah.
that you're gonna break up with him.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's such a waste of time.
But I feel like there's people that
there's so much more that you could be doing with your life.
I feel like there's like windows right there. They can see it right here in this camera. Everyone who passes by that
walk
has
by.
class here is just like back and forth. So I'm sorry, but no, yeah, I feel like it's mean to go into it and like not have that like mentality for like I want to be with you for a really long time. But it's also like there's people out there que así son. Porque like can you imagine of like all the people that like start dating like their senior year of high school, even though they know they're gonna go like away to
I
college
know.
or like things like that. That's what I think
Especially
about.
with like hookup culture. Like it's so easy to just be like, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
con
just gonna
cualquiera.
be with this person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely just kind of like a waste of time.
Yeah.
It is.
I agree.
Personally.
Well, see, that's what this is about, changing perspectives. Because I feel like I'm constantly
And
changing
I just want
perspectives.
to make it clear, nothing wrong if you think that being. in
Oh
an
yeah,
open
there's
relationship-
nothing.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it.
I mean, I think
To a certain extent, like I said, if it was in a moment, porque tú nunca sabes, you know what I mean? You never know like what type of person's gonna walk into your life. So I
Exactly.
feel like if all the circumstances were right, I still might consider it.
Mhm.
But like I said, you have to be
Okay.
a type of person who like dates just to date. I
Mhm.
think if you date to marry someone, I don't think it's gonna work out if you're in an open relationship.
Oh no, it's
that's
not.
a strong
And
statement.
like Melanie said,
but-
Are you a jealous type?
Yes,
It's like
think
it's
so.
different. Like being jealous and being what's the
Well,
other
I
word?
think maybe not.
Jealous, but it's
Like protective over.
Yes, protective,
yeah.
and it's
Overzealous?
just like
Is that the
just
right word?
knowing that somebody's love is purely and only for you is very, again, goes back to that trust thing. Where like if you're sharing your love, then do you truly love me too? Can you love more than one person? That's a whole other podcast,
Can you
probably. But
can you have sex without love?
No.
You don't think you can? You don't think you
No.
can just?
I could not.
Because you know
No.
there's some people out there who say that like they like. Because
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
this might be a super fucking TMI, but like they say that there's people out there who like do it and like they don't have to kiss the other person when you do it.
I've heard stories like
And
that.
like I
Oh
think
my
that's so
God.
weird. Like no,
Yeah.
you got to do something.
You don't even kiss the person when you
yeah,
have
like you just do it to do it.
I've heard
And I
people
feel
say
like
that they don't
if-
kiss when they have sex. I'm just like, what? Like what?
I feel like if you do that though, that might make it easier to not catch feelings. So if you're
Well,
just
you're
having
already
sex,
having sex. Why would you
I mean,
I don't know. I can't say anything honestly.
say, Lupe, what are you gonna say?
well, I don't know.
I honestly can't say
tell
for
us,
sure.
tell us your thoughts.
These are all just theories. We're theorizing right now.
That's crazy that they don't kiss when.
Yeah, ¿qué piensas, Melanie? Would you do no kiss sex?
I don't know. I mean,
That's so bad.
I mean,
don't
if
think I could do that.
if you're not looking for anything serious, it doesn't matter.
Again,
An open relationship.
Again, I
Yeah.
don't think that I
but
could then do
but if you're
open
just gonna
relationship.
have sex,
Well, no,
is
that's
it
the
really a
thing.
relationship at all?
I don't think that I could even
I would
do
ever-
sex
yeah.
with no like kissing or any of that because I'm looking for something serious.
Yeah,
So
like
you
why
would
not
never,
have a
like-
relationship. Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
a guy were
It
just to
wouldn't
tell you
even-
like, oh, let's go fuck, like
No.
one night stand, nothing.
no.
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 For real? Damn.
And which is really interesting because I think a lot of like
Another thing.
shows and Grey's Anatomy, for example, or like
Oh, yeah, they
just
do
shows
it.
like that, they'll just like sleep around with everyone. And you know, when you're watching, you're like, oh my god, like oh my god, she's gonna go have a one night stand. But I just don't think that in the real
for
true
you.
life, I could not.
Yeah. So it's not different. It's definitely not for everyone. Ay, se apagaron las luces de nuevo.
Sheen.
Does it
Chingao.
look different?
No, I don't think it looks that different, honestly. You might just have to...
It didn't look like anything
No.
happened,
No?
honestly.
No. Well, it's because the
Vamos a
only
igual.
camera that was on... The only light that was on was this one. So if anybody looks different, it has to be me. But it's fine.
I think it looks fine.
I think it looks... We look pretty okay.
Since we're on the topic of relationships, I kind of want to ask you guys like how you prefer somebody to approach you when like they're trying to get to know you or trying to get at you, I guess you could say.
How do you like to be hit on?
Pero les gustan que
Coqueteen.
les coqueteen y que estén ahí, que les estén hable y hable o como ¿cómo les gusta? No sé.
To be honest with you, no tengo idea.
I say no,
Me
honestly.
either.
I feel like I
'Cause-
haven't like met anybody who like gets my attention like that.
It's because sometimes como que it's gonna. I don't want to make it sound bad, but I feel like sometimes when a guy tries too hard,
Mhm.
girls
you get
are
the ick.
girls get the ick really fast,
Yeah.
and that's
think-
what I don't want to happen. But at the same time, I don't want to chase a guy.
I think it
That's
goes
true.
both
But
ways.
it's to like a certain extent. Like
Yeah.
they can flirt, and then I can feel like little butterflies, and then it goes
Flirt
from
back.
there. But if they're always like empalagosos, like I'm an
No.
empalagoso. Like I like to like hug and like grab hands while we're walking. But like if they're always like vente pa acá, and then
No
they put
todo el
if they
tiempo.
put their arm around my shoulder así de arriba,
Where's my hug?
you're going to sleep without me. Or something like,
Are you going into the shower? Can I come?
No, all these little things that they'll say through text, like, "Oye, eres una hermosa," y que, ay,
I
que-
think that shit is so fucking cheesy. I hate
I
it.
can't.
I feel like once you get to a certain point, it's okay. But like if they're hitting on you, like to start off a relationship like that,
Yeah,
that's
that
so
shit-
fucking gross.
But you know
Yeah.
what, you guys, this is what. Oh fuck, it's because like. If it's like a person that you don't like and he's saying that, you're obviously not gonna like it.
But
But
if
if
you
it's
like
a
him-
person that you really like and he says that, you're gonna be like, oh, what a cutie. So we can't really talk about it because like either
Yeah.
way, it's like
Okay, well-
different, you know.
Well, here's like my controversial. I don't know if it's controversial. It might just be my preference, but I don't think that I can just get hit on and then date someone. Like I feel like I'd have to know someone for a really long time. Like I feel like if
How
you
long?
like no, like I feel like at least start off as friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
De perdido like 3 months we're friends and then you can start hitting on me. Does that
Mhm.
make sense? Because if you like I feel like if someone right off the bat kind of comes to you and starts hitting on you, you're like, oh fuck, like I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I've
Like
actually
I
had
don't
that happen to me.
I don't like understand like who you really are yet. So like how
Yeah.
could you know that you like and you don't know who I am. So how do you know that you like me? Like, me viste y te gusté. But do you like who I am?
And you don't know the details of that person.
Yeah, you don't know, like, what they've been through.
You don't know if you like them, how they sit and eat.
You don't know if they're psycho.
You know what I mean? Little things, too, that
They matter.
you might not like. Yeah.
They do matter.
Exactly.
They matter. But then again, that's also the thing of, like, if you date. I feel like because I date to marry. Like, I feel like I don't want to just date anyone and to date. So, like, that's why my mentality's like that. So I feel like we have to be friends for a while. And then you can start hitting on me. Porque then otherwise that's just weird. I think it's really just weird if you start hitting on me off the bat.
You know, in high school, I had a guy who asked me to homecoming, and I said no very respectfully.
Aww.
We were friends,
Fuck
but
that bitch.
very new friends also. And I was like, well, like, we can meet up at homecoming, but I'm not going with you. Like, I'm not gonna be your date, you know. So once we were at homecoming, we were like dancing, and he was like, hey, like, we were slow dancing, you know, the slow dance came on. He was like, you want to dance with me? I was like, okay, whatever. And while we were dancing, he like whispered into my ear, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Oh, ew.
No. And I was like, no. And I think it was back to that point, though. I was like, I don't even know you.
You don't know them well enough.
This would not work out. You know, I'm not going to go. It's like me jumping off a cliff.
No, but it's like you're getting to know your boyfriend and girlfriend, and I think that's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you should know some, ya más o menos casi, like,
a
enough.
lot about each other.
Yeah. You know? Because that's when you, like, because what's that one thing, and it's like that one movie, I always quote it. And it's like you love someone because, and you like someone because, and you love them despite. So, like, if you like someone, yeah, you like them, but, like, if you, like, you have to get to know all the bad things about them, and if you, like, are willing to look past it, then you love them. And then you can be, like, in a relationship. So I feel like it just, I don't know, for me, it just takes a really long time. Like, a mí no me gusta, like, for guys to flirt with me right off the bat. If anything, I think you should be my friend, and then once we, like, get to know each other, and if you feel me and I feel you, then we should.
But
like, then you can start flirting.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, like, for instance, me. I'll put myself in there.
Oh, girl.
Okay, so you say you want to be friends with someone, right? But then what if I'm like, oh, I don't want to tell him that I like him because I really like him as a friend and I don't want to lose him as a friend? Because sometimes that happens.
Yeah, it do be like that. I don't know. I think it's like it's about taking a risk, honestly.
You
like,
should take a risk.
Girl, shut up. No, I think it's like it's honestly just if you're like willing to like risk it. You know, like, because I feel like if you really love someone, you wouldn't be able to, like, just stay friends. Does that make sense? Like, eventually, like, it's either going to get too intense and you're going to want more. Eventually. Does that make sense? So I feel like if you can suppress your feelings from someone like that for long enough, then is it really, like, do you really want to be with them? Do you really like them like that? If you
I think that's one of those things where I personally would get the ick, because, like, after years, you know, if somebody was didn't tell me that they liked me, I would be like, oh, well, at this point, no, I don't want to be with you
fuck
anymore.
you. It took you too long.
Because I think personally, I think I'm worth it. Why can't you just tell me? Like, YOLO, you only live once.
YOLO.
And
That's true. I don't know. I think it depends, honestly. But I think, yeah, you have a point. At a certain point,
you just kind of pull the plug.
Yeah. I feel like it has to get to that point though, where you're like, fuck it, I can't just be friends with you.
In the sense that when you're friends, it's really hard to do that. So, like,
yeah, but no, like, that's
that's
why I was saying, like, be friends for like 3 months and then start hitting on me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like 3 months is okay, because once you see how they treat your friends, or like they treat your friends, and then they treat their friends, and how they talk to their parents, like, with your friends, there's no, like, strings attached. Like, there's no pressure.
You have to see how they act in every environment.
Yeah, and you can see how they really are, because I feel like when you date someone, you put up a front. Like, you're like, you want to be the best version of yourself, and like when you're just friends,
that's true.
That's,
and
like, you get to really know the real them.
In the first 3 months, they could be an entirely different person than the person that they become or are once you guys get into a relationship.
No, because that's what they say. Like, the honeymoon phase is like 3 months.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
give it
3 months friendship, y luego ya.
But if you're like don't like him, but he like obviously likes you, then you just lost the friendship.
Then you lost the friendship. Then you lost the friendship. I feel like if they're really your friend, stuff like that wouldn't matter.
But it does.
It really does.
It really does.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You guys might have to let us know in the
but that
comments.
would be one of those things too, where they say like people come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime.
That's true.
So maybe they were just there to teach you a lesson, like as much as you wanted to be their friend or girlfriend or whatever it is that you wanted with them. Like maybe it's just not meant to be.
Okay, Melanie, she speaks back.
Okay, yeah, there you go. She's the sane one.
For real.
I'm mentally unstable and Sassy's just unstable. I'm
She's
joking.
like, don't speak for me.
No, Lupa's the unstable one. if anything.
Girl,
Girl, you know it's true. Say no.
No.
There was a little bit of doubt there.
There was a hesitation. There was a pause.
I think the mic lagged.
Nah.
Who wheezed? Someone wheezed.
I know.
Me. All right. Well, that's enough for the relationship. I feel like we talk about relationships
I feel
every
like
fucking
I
podcast.
feel like- yeah, I feel like it actually
Let's talk about
changed.
something.
Yeah,
Let's
light.
talk about like drama, like what's happening in the
Okay.
internet
The
or some
tea.
shit like that.
I don't think there's any drama going on right now.
Yes,
we
there
talked.
is.
A ver, pues échale.
Jeffree Star's man.
Who's the football player? It's Joe Burrow.
Are you guys into like social media?
don't
I
like
know,
say
no,
that.
it's not. But
He has a girlfriend, by the way.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, because all the NFL wives came out and they were like speaking out against Jeffree Star. Did you see that? They were like, it's not my husband. My husband's not in Wyoming.
Like that one, he's like, because that one girl on TikTok, she made a video. She's like, why haven't you spoken out about it? She's all like, I'm black. The guy in the picture was white. and then she was like, but you didn't, like, you're not denying it.
I'm
What?
black.
Are you serious? No.
Anyways,
The way Lulu, I'm black.
I'm
yeah,
not.
it would not make sense. So
I mean,
People are so fucking. Oh, Michaela.
Oh,
She
yeah.
didn't acknowledge her video.
Yeah, she posted like freaking 4 videos and she didn't say anything about the
I think
eyelash video.
that first video that she posted right after the mascara, though, it was her way of like acknowledging it without acknowledging
I feel
it.
like
Because why?
Because the intro was like, we all know why we're here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lupin knows.
Yeah.
So
But-
let's get right into it. And
Yeah.
then she started talking about something else. But I think
Loki.
it was a good PR move. Like, I think personally,
just
like,
ignore it?
to-
I honestly feel like in a week everybody's gonna forget about this shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah.
people make such a big deal about it.
I don't know. I feel like I just don't watch her. I wouldn't watch her anymore. Like
I feel like people just
everybody can like
follow-
give her shit, but like if you're still watching it, then you're still watching it. Then you're not.
She's still getting money.
Yeah. So like if anything, a bitch unfollow and like block.
the video right after, she still got like 400,000 views
Yeah.
when I had seen it. So imagine how many
there
she
was
has now.
people in her comments still being like, "Oh my god, I like this product and like this and that," and I was like, "Okay, so."
I mean, like when I think about it, I'm
I
like,
think-
imagine how many commercials, ads we take in that do this every day. Like,
Yeah.
they do this every day, and we should know better
They're
than
just
to
better at
believe
hiding
everything
it.
on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, this is part of her job.
I feel like
this is how
people
she
just
makes money.
follow trends, and that's why people make such a big deal about it.
Yeah, I feel like if you were really butthurt about it, then unfollow her
Like
and
Joe,
block her and then-
I feel like people are just following a trend right now, and like,
Joe
yeah,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow?
yeah,
Ah.
like I feel like next week he's gonna be forgotten. Honestly,
No, yeah, I've
Not
definitely.
for the girls. I mean, the girls will be like, this is the only reason I watch football.
Yo pienso
But,
de esto
but
las
also, maybe
noches.
they've gained a new audience because the girls are like, well, I'm going to watch because of Joe Burrow.
It's the Bengals. That's literally like I probably, if you asked me before anything about the Bengals, I would not have been able to tell you anything. I wouldn't even be able to tell you where they're from. I still can't tell
Do
you
you
where they're
do you
from.
even know what position he plays?
Cincinnati,
Nope.
right?
Front
Quarterback.
Quarterback.
runner. Quarterback.
I know.
Front runner.
I know.
That's not
What's
even
a
a
quarterback?
position. Me making
He's the
up.
goalie.
He's the pitcher.
Stop. No. We're going to look stupid.
Dude, the boys are gonna come for me in the comments.
No.
Yeah, pinche pendeja
We're
estúpida.
joking.
Por eso.
It's a joke, guys. He's
I'm just
sabemos.
joking. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
He's
We
the
know what-
QB.
Yeah, we know what wide receiver is.
Right receiver.
Wide receiver.
Lupe is me. Well, because we were recording earlier and I said Nor.
Nor.
She said Nor.
We
The
were.
southern in her came out.
Yeah. Me salió lo
I was
tejano.
talking cursive.
Nor.
No, but can we talk about that? Do you guys ever like when you like because you speak Spanish and English, se te like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, dude, and like for no reason, porque yo no puedo hablar el español bien y tampoco puedo hablar en inglés bien. So like I feel like sometimes they be getting jumbled up and it's just like the way that my tongue like it like ¿cómo se dice? It like has a seizure and it just says words
No,
different.
yo igual.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can explain
That's
it.
like rolling my R's in English when they're in Spanish.
Yeah.
Like reading my name in English for me is so hard.
Yeah, same.
I cannot.
Like,
I'm like,
Guadalupe, how the hell am I supposed to say
Guadalupe.
that? Guadalupe.
well, my
Guadalupe.
Because that's how you pronounce it.
Guadalupe?
Guadalupe.
I think
Because
no.
It's
my
Melanie,
English
but my last
teacher, she
name?
she was a white person, and she was like, Guadalupe Perez, not her.
because in English they don't pronounce the E
Yeah,
most times.
Guadalupe.
but
No, in English, the E, they pronounce it, or in
It's silent or
Mexico,
whatever.
It's like short.
in Mexico, the E, they pronounce it as an I, and then an I, they pronounce it as an E.
As
Yeah.
an I. Guadalupe? What do you mean? Oh, like in Spanish, Guadalupe. It is an A. I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. I tried to think through it. I can't.
Like, you
tried.
haven't noticed?
I
Like,
don't think in that sense. Like maybe like some things are silent in English and not in Spanish,
Yeah.
or like
That's
they're
just,
just
what
different.
I think, yeah. I like can't say
pronunciation.
aluminio in English. I say
Aluminum?
Aluminum.
I mix it with the Spanish and it sounds British.
I better say it.
In English,
Yeah.
aluminium. Aluminium.
Aluminum.
aluminum.
¿Cómo
It's
le
not that
haces?
hard.
No, I can't scoop the U. Like when you say it, there's like a scoop in the U, and I can't.
Aluminum.
Como que se me traba la lengua.
That's like me saying sorry.
Say
Like,
urine.
Sorry. Or like I'll say it
Urine?
really weird.
You say
sometimes.
urine?
Urine.
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 Okay,
Okay, guys.
aluminum.
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 Di meow.
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 It's because
Meow.
okay, so we have
No puede.
we have meow.
Meow wolf. We have meow wolf.
We have
Yeah.
meow. See, I said it. Meow wolf.
There you go.
And but when I'm not like when I think about it, I can say it. But like normally people would just ask me, I say meow wolf.
Meow. Meow.
Meow.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. Y siempre he dicho meow wolf y nadie me ha corregido hasta que llegué aquí. And fucking one of the guys was like, "It's not that. Like, what's wrong with you?" He was like, "It's meow."
They'll throw shade.
And I was like, "It's meow."
Pero que hablen español. Los quiero ver.
Yeah.
Los quiero ver.
You should have seen them here yesterday.
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Okay.
Como te llamas?
Which they did a good
Yo
job.
me llamo
Yo me llamo
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. Is there other words you guys say that you can't say?
I think a common one that I saw, I think on TikTok.
What's that
too, was
one
like
D word
squirrel,
that I can't
squirrel,
say?
Squirrel.
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 I have a hard time saying February.
February.
February. Did I say it right?
February.
February.
Well, you just don't pronounce the R, huh?
Oh,
February. Oh,
February.
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 I actually don't even
Como
know how
libre
people
día.
who speak English say it. Do they say February or February?
February.
And then we have an accent because we're from Colorado, apparently.
Mountains.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Say
We don't say
montaña.
the- we
Wait,
don't
say
say the T.
montaña in English.
In like bunch of
Montaña.
words, like you
Mountain.
know, this is la
Mountain.
Ready?
Mountain.
You
Say
see that?
water.
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 Do you say it with like the
Water?
D or like the T?
with the D.
Water.
I say it with the
Water.
D.
Yeah,
I say
water.
with the D too.
Water.
Water.
There's
Yo digo agua.
if it's like at the beginning of a sentence, the T, I can emphasize. So like right there it says studio. I can say studio.
Studio.
But if it's like in the middle or towards the end, I don't say it. Does that make sense?
Start
Start is at the beginning.
and the end.
Like, you know what I have
Start.
You know what I have trouble with?
She's smart.
Well, start.
You said you
Start.
can't say it at the end. Start.
But are you saying start? Start. I say start.
Like Trenton. Do you
Trenton.
guys say
At the
Trenton
beginning.
or Trenton?
Trenton.
In the
Trenton.
beginning, Trenton. But like
Trenton.
because it's at the end, I always like as it gets further down in the word, I silence it out. So mountain, mountain,
So you would say Trenton.
Trenton.
I
Yeah.
better say default.
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 Yeah, there's people who would be like default. Because and I noticed this because when I started doing the newscast, they would tell me, they would be like, you need to say t, and you don't.
I do that too.
So like when I read scripts, I enunciate más fuerte the T.
Beginning of the first T in words.
Yeah, the last T in words.
Okay.
What would you say is like you speak better Spanish or English?
English.
Jesus.
Es que honestly
Spanish.
ninguno. Para decirte la mera verdad.
Es que a veces se me olvidan las palabras.
I feel like when I was in school, I feel like I would speak English like way better than Spanish. And I feel like now that I'm just at home, I feel like I don't speak English good, but I don't speak Spanish good
It
either.
depends porque, like, I don't know. It depends on how much you're around it porque I didn't start learning English until, like, I don't remember if it was, like, when was it that que cambió en el primero o en el tercero? Third grade, no? It was when we started learning English, and Melanie learned right.
No, but I started learning, so I also didn't know it.
I
was in ELD
I didn't-
classes.
Wait, how old were you
Kinder,
when you
right?
started
When
learning?
you got English classes? She was in kinder when she got English classes.
Not English.
I didn't start
they were
learning-
just speaking English.
I didn't
Oh,
start
when you
had
started
to.
being around
Yeah.
people who spoke English. But she speaks better Spanish than I do.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't.
Me?
I
Yeah.
didn't start
You think
speaking
so?
English till like second grade because my
It's
my kindergarten and my first grade teacher, they spoke Spanish.
Pero in the
So did
district
mine.
we went to era en español.
Yeah.
And then like
we
Biden.
go to the same district.
That's what I'm saying. In our district.
Oh, okay.
You stupid ass. In our district it was in Spanish for like the first couple of years. When did you start learning, Sassy?
Preschool.
English?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Period.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
I feel neglected.
Wait,
Is that something that, like, when you guys have kids, would you keep or personally, my parents were like, no English at home.
Yeah.
Like, none.
Uh-huh.
Well, my parents only like
And
spoke
now
to me
they've
in
kind of
Spanish.
slacked off. So my siblings
I
speak way more English at the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
No, in my house también it progressively got
Yeah, and I feel like because my dad speaks English too, like he understands it, he knows how to say everything. I feel like that's why, like, the kids, they don't know Spanish.
I think
Or
that,
it's really bad.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
bad.
They're no sabo kids.
Porque tú eres la más chiquita,
Low-key
¿no?
saying.
Yeah.
Do you guys all equally speak the same amount of Spanish?
Yeah. We're
En
all
tu
together,
casa hablan todo
yeah.
español. Sí.
Spanish and English. Because my mom's starting to learn English, pero mi papá sabe inglés y español.
So now it's going the other way.
So-
You're trying to, like, get her in the
Talk more
environment
English,
of speaking
yeah.
more English. Interesting.
Yeah. I think it depends porque like my parents depended on a lot on me when we were younger. And so I had like always had to translate. So a huevo tenía que
Same.
aprender más el español. And like because they depended on me more and more, like when I got older como que dependieron menos de ustedes,
Yeah.
de my other siblings. And so it became more lenient porque Esme como que no la agarra. My sister.
Yeah, she like I feel like she knows the most basic.
I barely
basic Spanish.
hear her speak Spanish.
Yeah, or Ray.
Or yeah, my brother Raimundo. Sí lo hablan y lo entienden, pero no lo
No.
dicen, no hablan bien.
Yeah,
And
But
So hablan
low-key,
fluido,
that's
pues,
me
porque
too.
a veces no pueden decir frases completas.
yeah,
yeah,
That's
exactly.
me too. Like my Spanish is not good at all.
Yeah.
Like,
But you would speak better Spanish than like Maria,
yeah,
who's our cousin. Y es la misma edad.
yeah.
And Pablo speaks better Spanish than you. Well, actually,
Or I don't know. I've never heard him speak Spanish. I feel like when we were in
I think
Mexico,
he's-
he would never talk
he's
Spanish.
pretty okay. I think it just depends on the way that you grow up, honestly.
Yeah.
It does.
Interesting. I would
And-
really
But like
want-
Rosy, la más chica, I feel like she knows way more Spanish than me, honestly.
Yeah, she does.
And she's 13 and I'm 19.
Damn.
It depends.
Dang.
What were you saying?
I was gonna say I would really like if I ever have kids,
She
but I
will.
would do the same thing at home, only Spanish.
Yeah.
because I think that you're in enough environments with English in the
Yeah.
United States that you would need more Spanish at home.
You know what would be
to
so
learn
cool?
it well.
You know
Yeah.
what would be so cool if like when we got older they would have bilingual schools. So
Yeah.
para que aprendan en inglés y en español.
Yeah.
Like at the same time simultaneously, because I think the younger you are, like, or I would personally put my kids through like grade school in Spanish, and then like the last 2 years like ponerlos en clases de inglés or like have them start speaking English.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea,
That's
especially
smart.
starting out because
Yeah.
they're so young.
'Cause
They
wh-
could catch.
Yeah, when
the
you're
other
younger
language
they say that
easily.
you learn more languages, like it's
Yeah.
easier porque tu mente no isn't
Te
developed
estás
yet.
desarrollando. Mhm.
Yeah, and when you're older, you get like knowing Spanish or like literally any other language. It benefits you way more than just
No,
knowing
deadass.
English.
I literally
Yeah.
just told Cece yesterday. It's insane to just think that you know double the amount of words as somebody who just knows English.
Yeah, like literally how my mom, she applied for the job and no la quisieron porque no hablaba inglés.
Yeah,
Like that's stupid
and it's
to me.
it sucks because tiene papeles, she could have a good job but she don't
Yeah.
speak English. So it's hard. It depends on the way you grew up. And also I feel like it's just like the slang también que te chinga un poco.
Yeah.
Like things that you say in like slang in Spanish just be hella fucking me up sometimes.
I also
Porque-
feel like people like now, like especially like on TikTok, if someone were to like, if I were to talk on Spanish, I feel like someone would like criticize me so badly just because of the way that I talk in Spanish. Like, oh, that's not how you're supposed to say it.
or you
this
think
and
that you speak it okay, and then
And
someone
then-
else
yeah.
tells you, they're like, no puedes, no sabe. She
That's
said no
like that
sabo.
TikTok. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that TikTok where you're like, oh yeah, I know how to speak Spanish, and then you go to Mexico and somebody from Mexico
Yeah.
is like,
Oh my
una
god.
intersección,
Oh yeah.
something,
Big word.
Yeah.
big words in Spanish, and you're like,
literally.
no sé español.
It's also just
I
like
thought,
super different over there in general.
Yeah.
Like,
pues porque la escuela y todo es en español.
yeah.
You're not.
Or like when
You're
you have you
immersed.
guys ever had like a text someone in Spanish? Porque like when they say por qué, they have like the X for por.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
and then like when you say like they text you,
Or
they're
with
like
the-
olis,
or-
and it's just like hola, but
Yeah,
it's like
or
saying
que,
hi.
They just put the K.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That shit is so weird.
It's also really interesting to think about like Spanish like written out, because a lot of, or at least from what I know, a lot of Hispanic parents, Latinx parents, didn't like finish school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
a lot of
the-
parents don't even know how to write it out.
Yeah, have you seen the
right way.
videos on like TikTok where people are like when they're like when it's like their parents and they're like ordena wings, and it's like RDEN, and then like wings con un WI like
WIN.
WIUNS like wins
Wins.
order los wins. But that's how my parents speak, and like
And
sometimes like
Walmart with the G.
sometimes I say Walmart.
Walmart.
I don't say like Walmart. Even when
Yeah.
I'm like speaking with my mom and stuff, like I say vamos al Walmart. Like I go into
You
it.
know,
Walmart.
I talked about this with my mom the other day, but it's so funny because when I was little, me cuidaba my babysitter, or a friend of my mom's, and she would be like, "Oh, vamos a los garaxeos," as in garage
Oh.
sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wait, say it
all
again?
my life, garaxeo, garaxeo,
What
literally
the
like that.
heck?
And
I
I
don't
said
think
it
You
I
like
just say,
that.
vamos a los yerseos.
I thought that was a word. So I was like 10. I was like, vamos a los garaxeos y que los garaxeos. And then my mom was like, what are you trying to say? Y hasta que ya aprendí bien el inglés, I was like, oh,
Garage
it's garage
sales.
sales. Pero como ella decía garaxeos, garaxeos, I was vamos a los
Wait,
garaxeos.
do you guys have words like that? Is there words that you like your parents change that you know
Mm.
that you can think of off the top of your head? So yours was
Not
garage
really.
sales.
Garaxeo.
Really? Like your parents don't talk to you like that?
No. Like my mom's like, me das un spray?
Mhm.
But that's about it. Like spray, she adds the in front of like words.
My parents say it a lot. What do they say? They change. My dad's like, my mom's like Home Depot.
Mm.
Home
I think
Depot.
this is something we could look up too.
Home
Word,
Depot.
like words that.
There's like
Zafate way. Safeway? No.
oh,
Zafate way.
There's
al
one.
McDonald's. Vamos al McDonald's.
A las segundas.
Bruh.
That's not.
That's just my
no,
mom.
my dad will be like, vamos a la second. A la second.
For real?
Yeah, joking
A la
around,
second.
but
That's crazy. I just know like McDonald's. Vamos al McDonald's. Vamos al Walmart.
Vamos al Starbucks.
Ah, ¿quieres un Starbucks? I feel like my mom says so many.
Conflace, como conflace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My mom doesn't say conflace. Does she?
My dad says katsup.
Katsu.
Oh, I
yes.
say that.
That's crazy. Do you guys like? Oh, I don't know. Like if like.
Oh, sorry.
No,
You know
go.
what they would make fun of me in elementary school too?
Go ahead.
That obviously speaking Spanish, like you would get, I don't know, when I would get clothes, I'd be like, oh yeah, I just got like some shoes. They're so Nike. And people would be like,
Yeah.
what? Nike.
When
'Cause
I went,
it's
I remember
Nike in
when I went
English.
to Mexico, they like my cousin was like, "Oh, esos zapatos Nike," and I was like, "Huh?
Fucking Nike, but yeah.
Nike." There's also I saw the one on your phone. It was like sandwich,
Pizza.
Mhm.
pizza, yeah, pizza. La pizza. Compra una pizza.
Hmm.
Ve ordena las pizzas.
No, pues sí.
It's like I'm trying to think.
Awkward silence.
No, but like, there's also like things that I don't know if this is like for you guys, but or I guess specifically like it might be like I don't know like do you guys your parents like ever talk to you about like stuff that's going on back home? Like
Yeah.
back in
Oh
like your
my
rancho?
God,
Like
that's a whole
problems, like
other-
family
Like
problems?
yeah, or like
Or
I don't
like
know,
anything in
En
general.
tu pueblo, porque like for us, and this I don't know if it's situational. Like I'm putting this out there for like people in general. Porque I feel like I can't be alone on this. Pero en mi rancho, you know how like Mexican people nickname everyone, right?
Yeah.
It's like a thing. In mi rancho, they have nicknames for everyone. Porque like my rancho is big. It's like big enough to be a pueblo, but like everybody knows everybody. And so we call it my rancho. But they all have nicknames. So my mom, I'll be like with my tias or my mom,
Yeah.
right? And they'll be talking to each other.
And
And
they'll be
my tia will be like, oye, ¿se oíste que el hijo del Sancho se casó? And my mom will be like, ¿cuál es ese?
El cuco.
El cuco, el hijo del Catrín, del Catrín. Or they'd be like, el pelón. And ma, ¿por qué le llaman el pelón? Pues porque no tiene cabello.
Yeah.
And like, it'll be brutal. It'd be
So
like, la
funny.
tortuga. Mam, ¿por qué le dicen la tortuga? Pues
Porque es
porque
bien
tiene
lento.
la pinche espaldota así, bien anchota. Like, it'd be like stupid shit like that. They
My
do
parents
it.
do that even here, though. Like, my dad has friends. Oh, y que el padrino, y que el abuelo, y el calucha, y ¿quién más? Ay, ¿cómo le dicen?
What
All
is-
types of names. I'm
yeah,
like,
dude, they be having crazy ass names.
Wait,
Crazy.
what's your
El
guys'
sapo.
nickname?
I don't know. I hope I don't have one. But like the way, because no one, it's like nobody knows. In like Mexico, like sometimes we'll like go and they'll be talking about people. And one time I slipped up and I called someone by their nickname. And my mom looked at me so bad. Me iba a dar un chingazo right then and there. And like after that she came up to me, she was like, no puedes decir eso. Like you can't be saying that. And I
Eso
was
es
like,
solo para
pero
el
si ustedes
chisme."
lo sí, you guys say it all the time. And she's like, no, pero you can't. That's offensive. And it's like, of course it's offensive, but it's just like they don't be knowing. Like they don't be selling. They, don't
they
be
say
telling
that,
you.
but then they'll
Damn.
call you something like, I think it's very common in Latinx households for them to be like, la flaca, la prieta.
Yeah, I just think it's like weirdly specific over
For
there.
real.
Like it's something because they all know each other.
Yeah.
It's like característicos que ellos han visto, and then they name them.
That makes
Yeah.
me
So it-
secure. Imagine what other
like,
people
yeah, like-
nickname me. Fuck.
Yeah, like they'd be like, well, it'd be like me calling Lupe like Dora, and they'd be like, ¿por qué le dicen Dora? Por el copete.
Damn.
Or like it's me like
That was
calling her
personal,
like
Lupe.
Einstein. ¿Por qué le dicen Einstein? Por los pinches lentes. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Por el pelo parado. No.
yeah. Or like, I don't know. I feel like there has to be something like wrong with me for them to be like, that's what we're gonna call her. It has to be thing. It's also like something that happens to you. Like, si vamos a decir que tú te caes down a well de niño. Me dicen el pez.
What?
No.
He drowned.
That was so.
He
No,
drowned.
such a bad example.
He drowned in a lake when he was younger. Le dicen el pez. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever
It'd
heard
be
it.
like,
The
but
most
that's how it
no,
be.
it's true. It's the most traumatic
It'd be like-
experience or
yeah,
the biggest
like, they pick-
insecurity. Like,
They pick like the worst thing that has ever possibly happened to you, or like the worst characteristic about
el
yourself.
narizón or something
El
like it's
narizón!
always something like
It's
that.
always
It's
so
always
bad, like
Yeah.
some really bad name. It's like I don't know, but like in my rancho, it's so descriptive and it's so like personal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just my rancho, so like people are gonna have to tell me.
Wait, you think like people call us shit?
Yeah, I feel like they have to-
Honestly, I feel like we're like literally like I feel like nobody knows us.
I don't know, because sometimes like they say like la niña es del otro lado. I don't know
Yeah.
if you like when you go to your rancho they ever tell you that.
Yeah.
But like
Las niñas del norte.
oh, vienen del norte,
Really?
Son del otro lado. Por eso
Pero
hablan así.
también siento que I've never been back to Guatemala,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they probably like
yeah.
I personally feel like they're probably like son creídas o
Yes.
ya,
Oh, well,
ya
es que
tienen
es-
mucho dinero y tienen trabajo y todo.
Because I don't know how it is for you, Sassy, pero I feel like when we go over there, and this might be super conceited, but it's like we're trendsetters. Porque haz de cuenta que tú vas un año. Like, do you remember, like, in high school when, like, las pinches botas largas hasta your fucking, like,
Thigh-high
thigh-high
boots.
Yeah,
boots,
yeah,
las
yeah.
negras, con los tacones? Like, one year when we went, when those started getting big here, we bought them and we took them to our rancho.
And they were like-
y el año que sigue,
They were
everyone
all
was wearing them.
Dude, like freaking like from like last year, Sheen clothes. This year they have a whole.
oh, they
oh,
wear
Cece, did
them.
I even tell you they have a Sheen clothes there? At like
Like
a
a
store,
store. The
and it's
Shein.
literally called La Sheen. I'm not joking. It's next to La Torteria. I'm being.
tortillería.
Oh yeah.
What did you say?
Really next to la tortillería.
La tortilla.
But-
What did you say?
No.
That shit is crazy though, because you really
Como
do
que
be
las modas
trendsetting.
que llegan allá
Or
tarde.
like
¿no?
La Plaza.
Yeah.
Llegan tarde.
Yeah. What about La Plaza?
I feel like people like I feel like they did that once like how do I explain it? Like it started going big, like hangout spots and shit like that.
Oh, because we would go there?
But like no.
But I don't think it
no,
was because we would go there. I think it's just because our rancho is so small. There's only so many places you can hang out. You know. But
I don't know. They're giving very much como how do you say that one show?
I don't know.
Como
Sometimes.
dice el dicho. Is that what it's called? The show?
Oh yeah.
What the
Is
fuck?
that what it's called though?
Yeah, that's what you're talking
That's
about.
literally La Plaza. Like it's literally a replicate, like same menu and shit and everything.
Really?
But like that would
Like
be
where would
because of
you
a
see
show.
that here?
But like I'm talking about like stuff that like we do that like goes over there and like stuff that we bring back here because I feel like there's stuff that we
I also feel like
bring back.
back then people would think like, oh, like las muchachas que vienen de acá that go over there, they'd be like, oh, se creen la muy muy. But I feel like if you go there now, like I'm saying because I just went in December, you know, I feel like they think they're so much better than us, and
Maybe it's just in our rancho. I don't know.
I think it's always like a deep-rooted thing of like comparison and always wanting to be better. And
Yeah,
like,
but I feel like en la vida acá like isn't all that it's made up to be either.
Yeah.
Like I
It's
feel
not.
like
Yeah.
I definitely think we're ahead of the time though than in other countries.
yeah, like
But it's not as good as they make it out to
yeah,
be.
I feel, pues que porque uno viene acá y se chinga.
Yeah.
Uno viene acá y se chinga and like over
Y
there.
ellos
it's
no
just like-
saben eso. Ellos
yeah.
piensan que están cagando dinero aquí.
Yeah,
For real.
exactly.
Yeah.
Lo te hablan y te piden. They're like, mándame. And I'm just like, bruh, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
My mom was
like
just
I know
saying
they
that the
came
other
out
day
with the
too.
new iPhone 14.
oh
and shit
yeah,
like
y
that.
luego es que es my dad porque mi papá cuando va para México él lleva cosas para vender.
Yeah.
And he be taking phones and stuff like that. And people will go and they'll be like, oh, yo quiero un iPhone. Yo quiero un iPhone.
Literally, like this year, my dad bought like brand new phones. No eran like Apple or anything, and gente no las querían porque
No era de
It wasn't
marca.
Apple.
yeah.
And it's just to be like, bro, what are you doing?
Or like ropa también, like they see that it's
like
not.
quieren de acá, pero no hacen el trabajo de acá.
Yeah.
Like, they just wanted to have.
Yeah.
And like piden y like that's what they want. But they don't know what it takes to work for it here because it'd be harder.
The United States is known so much for their like scenery and their like very popular places too. And I think over there everyone's like, oh, yo quiero ir to like New York, for example. Yo quiero ir a Nueva York or yo quiero ir a Los Angeles. But you don't realize that it's like so
it's literally
ugly,
like the same
there's
thing.
rats
It's like us
everywhere.
saying, "Oh,
Big
I want
ass
to go."
rats.
you're paying like $2,000 for a one bedroom
Ay.
apartment that's like literally
Tiny.
así.
Don't even get me
this size.
started on that shit. It'd be it'd be too fucking expensive to live over here at this point.
Yeah, it's
Ya
Pretty
valió, honestly.
ya valió. Vámonos de regreso.
No.
Let's go.
Well, there's
Let's go,
people
let's
that
go.
say like, because there's a lot of people that are like stepping away from the U.S., right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, porque that thing with the corn in Mexico, like Mexico just said, because they get a lot of their corn from here. I didn't know that.
Mexico does?
Yeah,
From us?
yeah, but it's crazy porque we're the ones who like maíz pa todo.
Yeah.
But like I recently learned that like it's two different things. Like el maíz and like elote is two different things.
Lo
Oh,
cosechan
Porque
diferente,
yeah,
¿no?
yeah, uno es like más adelantado que otro. And so like they said that the maíz, because the maíz that they make here in the U.S. tiene mucho GMO.
Yeah.
Y
That's
que-
why it's yellow here
that's
and
why
white
it's yellow.
over there.
Yeah, it's blanco. And they say that they're gonna stop sending it. Like they're gonna the only corn that they send from here, they're only gonna use to feed the horses. Ya no lo iban a usar.
Wow.
And so people are like saying like, oh, that's bad because they do, like a lot of money comes in from that, like a lot of money. And people they like slowly, el U.S. como que ya no. And that's crazy because I live here now.
Pues también creo que mucha gente se está dando cuenta que hay países más bonitos, like
Yeah.
España and
And like there's
Yeah.
better
so many people going to
services.
like
there's other
England and stuff like that.
there are other places that like just treat you better, like
And cheaper.
and
to
that are
live
cheaper.
in.
Like Canada, like low-key I kind of regret not going to school in Canada porque allá it's like what you pay for 4 years is what you pay here in 1 year.
And free
Shut up.
healthcare.
And there's
Yes,
free healthcare. Oh,
In Canada?
Yeah, y aquí es el mismo pinche frío. Me
Yeah.
estoy cagando de puto frío. Mejor me voy y me cago allá. I'll be cold over there. At least I won't be
In
broke.
Canada, do they use dollars?
It's a Canadian dollar.
But is it like the same value or no?
No, I don't know
No.
what
I think
the
it's
forex
more-
market is looking like right now. I think that's what it is. That
It's
decides.
it's worth less over there, but everything is more. I think like everything costs a
Well,
little bit
like
more.
not that long ago. I think it was over the summer. Que the euro and the dollar were exactly the same. Like a U.S. dollar was equivalent to a U.S. or euro in like Europa. So
okay.
like if you wanted to
don't
go to England, you technically could, and it would be like the same price as
Oh,
here.
wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Hmm.
That's like insane.
I want to go to Italy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Wait, where is it
Nice.
where it's sinking? Or like
Italy.
it's flooding?
Italy?
Yeah.
Italy? Yeah.
think
I thought it
it's
was
like a city
California.
in
I
it.
thought it was Venice. Is it?
Yes, it is Venice. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know.
One of the two. I want to go there.
Antes de que se
Que se hunda.
segunda. I don't know. I would love to go somewhere not here for once in my life. Yeah. ¿Qué piensan? ¿Qué dicen?
Cause for the first time
In
forever.
Magic, there'll be love. I know the rest of the song too, pero
Sing it.
I'll save you guys that.
Oh, for next time.
All right. Is there anything we want to end on?
It's been exactly an hour.
Exactly an hour.
exactly.
Well, there you go. That's
Perfect.
our second episode. We talked a little bit about the rancho,
Rancho
life.
life.
Rancho
What
life.
it's like being
More about relationships.
Hispanic. Is it
Yeah.
Hispanic or Latinos? Are we Latinas?
Latinos, Yeah.
Lat-
What are we actually?
Porque that's a whole other term.
Because
That's
I
a
would be
whole other
like,
thing.
I would tell people like, oh, I'm Mexican. And like, no, you're not Mexican. Because
Oh,
you're
I
not born
hate
over there.
that.
I know.
And
That's
then I'm like,
so
okay,
messed
then
up.
I'm Hispanic. No, you're not
No,
Hispanic.
But
You,
you know what I
are
was,
Mexican. That's your
You know what I
ethnicity,
would
right?
like? You know what I was thinking about this, Loki? And this will be like the last thing before we get out. But I'll just put it out there. You know how like they were talking about like the thing that happened with Angela Aguilar
Yeah.
and how she was saying that she was like, ¿qué dijo que era?
1%, no, 25%.
Argentina.
Yeah. And so like people were like, no, this and that, nomás es mexicana cuando le conviene, but
Yeah.
she's not even Mexican. She was born in California.
Yeah.
Pero like my thing with that is like I feel like in a way sí entiendo like why they're mad porque I feel like in the way that she said it, it was kind of like como que andaba
It was
arremedando.
only for that reason. It was only
Yeah.
to relate to the fact that
It was-
Argentina had
Yeah,
won
Yeah,
the
como
World
que
Cup.
sí, like, sí lo hizo como arremedándolos. Does that make sense? Like, making fun of, like, Mexican, or, like, Hispanics, or, like, not Hispanics, Mexicanos. But the thing is that I feel like there's, like, there's a certain extent to that where, like, it's, like, I feel like a veces Mexicanos are, like, really ignorant in that sense. Porque, like, when you think about it, like, for us, right, we're born here, or, well, we're born here, and we go back there a lot, but like my dad is Mexicano. Mi mamá es completamente Mexicana. Like I'm in my blood, I only have Mexican blood. So, and I go back a lot. I'm there all the time. So I feel like it's still a big part of me. Pero the moment that I say Mexicana, I'm not Mexicana. It is Chicana.
Yeah.
It is de allá. But when you're here and you say I'm American, they're
Yeah.
like, bitch, you're not American. Look at you. You're fucking brown as fuck. They'd be like, go back to your country. Like, that would still get both.
I think
you know.
there's a very fine line and like a gray area
Yeah.
where your nationality is that you're American because you were born on U.S. soil, but like you're Mexican.
Yeah, you're
So-
you're Mexican. And I feel like when
And-
you say that, when you like tell them, like cuando vas allá y dices, or like, because you know how like Chicana has a negative connotation to it where you're like, you're Chicano, it's bad. Does that make sense? So like if you go over there and you're like, because that's what we are really, is we're Chicanos, and because we have the culture here and the culture over there, like we're intertwined. And so you're a Chicana, but when you go over there and you say you're Chicana, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like you're Chicana.
I think that's where the like imposter syndrome stems
Yeah.
from too, because you don't even know what to say. You have to say one
But,
thing
like-
here, one thing over there, because everyone gets mad.
Yeah, no, like you can't really, like nunca los se complacen. Because if you
Even
say you're
me.
Chicana, it's like you're trying too hard. You're like trying to be too much over there. Like you're look at you, like you're brown. It is Mexicana. You know, like you're Mexican.
That's
But
the
when you
thing.
go over there and you're like, soy Mexicana, they're like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So like, ¿qué
Yes.
soy pues? ¿Qué soy? ¿Qué digo para que se sientan mejor? But it's like, I feel like sometimes when con los mexicanos, you almost have to be like, soy mexicana, but I know I'm not. Like I know I'm born over here, but my heart lies with Mexico.
Soy mexicana.
Y mi corazón es
Creada
mexicano.
en
Y yo soy,
los
pero
Estados
aunque yo
Unidos.
viva acá, mi corazón es con México, and like all this stuff. And then they're kind of like, oh, okay, we still don't accept you, but that's fine. But the second that
Yeah.
you try to like give yourself an identity and say, you know what, I am Chicana, I'm proud of it. I'm American and
Yeah.
soy mexicana. Las dos cosas. They're like,
I think
Porque
that they
te
always
conviene.
compare like the struggle too, because even me, like I was born in Guatemala, but if I ever went to Guatemala and I was like, no, yo soy guatemalteca, they'd be like, no, you've lived your whole life in
yeah.
the U.S.
Uh-huh.
It's like you never please them. But like
which
that's,
is it's kind of sad because I mean for me personally they would be like, oh well, you haven't gone through all the things that we've gone through and all the struggles that we have here in the country and everything that we have to do and work so hard to like get to a certain area where you're stable, but I feel like I've had my own struggles as an immigrant in the U.S.
Yeah.
to where I will proudly say I'm guatemalteca.
Yeah.
You know, like,
As you
y si me ha
fucking
costado.
should, as
Aunque
you
si yo voy
should.
y me dicen, no te ha costado, blah, blah, blah. Ustedes no saben lo que yo he pasado acá, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how hard it's been, and even to this day, how hard it continues to be.
You're never
so.
really accepted anywhere.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but that's what I think, like, también, that I think that's what happened with Angela. So, like, I feel for her a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Porque I feel like if that would have been, like, that's, to an extent, that's basically kind of what happens to us as, like, like Mexican Americans living in the
I
US.
just don't know that, like, in the sense that it was such a small, not that it doesn't count, but it's just such a small part of her, and she only brought it up in that instance.
Oh, no,
Yes.
no. Yeah, I
That
agree
you've
with
never
that.
heard her say it in any other situation, like, oh, I'm Argentinian. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever heard her say it in any other
I didn't even know
situation.
before
No.
she
Exactly.
the whole incident.
I just
happened.
wanna be clear though, because I like, yes.
But I feel you
know-
on what you're
No,
saying.
but I'm saying is porque, like, after she came out and she said that,
Mhm.
people were saying, well, she's not even Mexican. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Porque,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
era mexicana hasta que no le convenía.
They
Does that make
weren't-
sense?
they weren't
Yeah.
validating, like,
yeah, now
her-
they weren't, like, because
How her
'cause-
Mexican
yeah.
side or her Argentinian
So,
side.
like,
She's
she
like, you're
was, like-
American.
Yeah, exactly. So she was like, oh, I'm like this person Argentina.
Mhm.
Like before, she was just like, oh, canto rancheras. Like soy mexicana,
Uh-huh.
and like she was so
Yes.
like involved in the Mexican culture, and so people were like, sí, es mexicana, and like, yeah, like she
Yeah.
like represents us. But the second that she like was like, okay,
It's like people started
yeah,
talking
people like
in
yeah,
that
people were
second.
like,
Yeah.
fuck, like aunque like, and the fact that what I didn't like was that people were saying like, oh, también es americana. She's like not from here at all. And like luego they went from yeah, es mexicana, she represents me, to no es nada. Like, you know what I mean? She's not even a part of the Mexican culture. Like like, you know, y luego se enojan and like all of this stuff, and like I think like to an extent it's all valid, but it hurts like
Mhm.
a lot of us in like a different way. You know, it knows like it's not talked about.
Especially because everyone has such intersectional identities.
Yeah.
You're not just one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The census came out and they said it was like by 2050, like we were casi todo el pinche like United States was gonna be like Latinos
Wow.
or mixed people. Casi
Wow.
todo. But like the time we're like 50. That's crazy. It's insane. I don't even want to think about that. Just kill me.
Be old and wrinkly.
Oh no, I don't want to live till like being old.
Stop, Cece.
Yo cuando llega a cierta edad ya nomás la quemo en un cuarto. Ya no.
Lupa's face. I wish you guys could see Lupa's face.
She said, I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because, Loki, I don't know. It'd be hard.
No quiero estar aguadita.
Yeah. I'm not scared.
Churuquita. Esa es otra palabra que decimos.
Churuquita. No quiero estar churuquita.
Wrinkly.
Oh, cuando sales del baño estás toda churuquita.
Yeah.
De bañar.
What? Oh, for me.
I know, I went like this.
Churuquita.
That's funny.
That's the word of the day, guys. Churuquita.
Churuquita.
If you made it to the end of the video, comment churuquita with a little
Yeah,
with a little heart.
the little heart or some fingers or
Yeah,
hands.
some
or
fingers,
something.
no,
La mano, la
the
mano.
one that's like
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, the one that's like this.
And we'll know
It's
that
like-
you made it to the end of the video. Because this one, Loki, we thought this
This
was going to
one's
be
a
a short
little long.
one.
I
and it's a
know,
long
it's
one.
long.
But hey, we had a good conversation.
An hour. Oh, it's one.
Angel numbers.
Angel numbers. Thank you so much, Melanie, for
Yeah,
joining
Muchas
Joining
gracias,
us.
Melanie, por estar en este episodio con nosotros en
Feel free to regresar.
No Manches.
It was in-
We were all supposed to say No Manches.
I did not get that at all.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
She wasn't paying attention to you guys.
Okay.
No, I thought it was because I thought she wanted me to say something else. So I was like, oh. But no, thank you, Melanie.
Yeah, thank
joining
you guys
us
for having me.
on
It
this
was an
episode of
honor. No
Manches.
No Manches.
That was so lame.
No Manches. She clapped.
Cut. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kidding. No, yeah. Thank you, Melanie.
Of course.
And come back anytime. We loved having you. And also,
Thank you. Yeah,
let us know what you guys
this
thought.
was fun.
It was super fun. We want to keep doing this, so let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Let
What is
them
it?
know
Give the
what
video
they
a
could
like.
improve on.
Like, comment, and
'Cause-
subscribe.
Yeah, follow us on
Follow
us on Spotify.
The eye, what's it called? The eyesight? The side
Side eye.
side eye.
Side Eye. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok.
And then I don't know if they have follow them on social
Oh
media.
yeah, follow
too.
our social
Yes,
medias. This
down
is,
below.
Melanie's Instagram, Sassy's Instagram, my Instagram. Feel free to follow. Cuando sea, all the time. Ahí por ahí nos encuentran. Nomás es un search.
Just a
It's
click
such
away.
Just a click away. Go ahead and check out the description box. It's all down there.
Wait, don't move, guys, because I need to take a thumbnail for you
And
guys'
watch-
video.
Wait,
Let's
I
look
gotta
at
do
that
my
one,
kiss. Bye,
Watch
guys.
this, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
On No Manches.
No manches.
No manches.
No manches.
Manches.
La tracalosa.
La chocolata.
La chocolate.
Is
it
it
la
1071?
Bueno, 7.9.
95.7 the party.
Oh, wait. Do your newscast voice.
96.5.
Do your newscast voice.
Can I cut?
You know what my parents say I'm really good at?